So y'all are lucky because if I'd started this recording like 5 seconds earlier, you would have got me singing vigilante shit into the camera. But luckily, the song ended right before I needed to hit record. Yeah, so today I'm going to be reacting to a trailer. You'll remember that a few months ago I did a reaction to the teaser trailer for Avatar: The Way of Water, the new Avatar movie. Um, I forgot to check my sound. Yeah, we have sound. That's good. It's always good to have sound. Never trust this damn thing after that time before where the update made it just stop recording audio. That was strange. Um, yeah, you'll remember I reacted to the teaser trailer, but as of 22 hours ago, according to YouTube, the full trailer has now released. So we're gonna be watching that for the first time. Gonna get my reaction. But first, I just want to make a little announcement about a new Let's Play that'll be coming up. Obviously, I need to finish doing Ace Attorney. That has stalled, not intentionally. It's not because I've not been trying. It's just that I've been so busy. I was away on holiday, and then I've been like flat out with work, and then it was my birthday, so I had like birthday stuff planned, and there's been other things going on. There's been too much. I haven't had any free time to be recording anything. So yeah, but I've got free time a little bit more now, so we're going to try and get through the rest of Ace Attorney. But once Ace Attorney is done, I can reveal that my next LP is going to be there's no Bratz game. It was supposed to release tomorrow, but it arrived in through my post box this morning, so that's cool. It's the 3rd of November right now. It's supposed to release on the 4th. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna. I'm so excited for this because I've played the other 4 Bratz games on the channel, and I love them. I'm a huge Bratz fan. I did my ranking of all the Bratz dolls. Massive Bratz fan. So really excited to get to play the new game because there hasn't been a Bratz game for years now. Obviously not made by Blitz because Blitz went out of business quite a few years ago now. And while they do still technically exist as Rebellion Warwick, this is not made by them. It's made by a company called Outright Games, who have actually got, I can't remember any names off the top of my head, but they have got some decent games under their belt. So hoping for the best, but it looks like it's going to be very much kind of similar thing. You play as the girls, and you can put on makeup and clothes and take photos, and you'll get to go to apparently uh, Barcelona and Seoul and Korea. So it sounds like uh, your classic Bratz game. Shame that their hair doesn't have the cool aesthetic that it used to have, but But then to be fair, I think that was more the TV show than the games. It was always a bit more solid in the games. But yeah, and wild to me that there's going to be that I've got a Bratz game on the PS5. That's not something I ever expected because the other 3 of them were on the PS2 and the other one was on the Wii. So like really very very different console generation, but I'm super excited to get to play it. So once I get through the rest of Ace Attorney, we'll be playing Bratz Flaunt Your Fashion. But before then, we need to react to the new trailer for Avatar. Now, I went in September to see Avatar again at the cinema. It re-released, so because of course it did, because James Cameron, loves money. But I went to see it again. I went to see it at the IMAX because it has released twice before, and neither time I saw it at the IMAX, and it was something I'd always regretted. I was like, this is the best film. This is my favorite film. It's 3D. It's got incredible graphics, and I never went to see it at the big cinema. So I finally did, and at the end of that, in the trail, like in the credits, they had a little kind of sneak preview of the next film. So I don't know if that's part of the trailer, or if that was exclusive for the movie. Like that was like something you would only get to see if you went to see it in the cinema, and the trailer's different. I don't know, but I just want to put that out there because if that clip is part of the trailer, then I have already seen it. It's not going to be new for me, but hopefully there's some new stuff in there because the sneak preview was mostly just a bunch of like teenage Navi swimming. And I think it was more to show off the graphics and see how good the water looks, and it does. But I would kind of like to know a bit more about the story than just, it's pretty. I know it's pretty. The last film was pretty. I don't need to know how pretty it is. I need to know what the hell's going on in it. So I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, that doesn't help. I don't know if you can see it, but right here on the screen, I loaded my YouTube, and it's right here on my recommended because it knows that I want to see the trailer. So here we go. Yep, it released 22 hours ago. So let's. Oh right, we're jumping right into it. Right, hold on, hold your horses, man. Give me a second. Um, let's see. What does it say in the description? First. Set more than a decade after the events of the first film, Avatar: The Way of Water begins to tell the story of the Sully family, Jake, Neytiri, and their kids, the trouble that follows them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight to stay alive, and the tragedies they endure. Directed by James Cameron, produced by Cameron and John Landau, the Lightstorm Entertainment production stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, and Kate Winslet. Screenplay by James Cameron, Rick Jaffa, and Amanda Silver. Story by James Cameron, Rick Jaffa, Josh Friedman and Shane Salerno. David Valdez and Richard Bainham serve as the film's executive producers. Okay. Oh yeah, interesting thing. So when I went to see the film again at the IMAX, at the very end, you know the bit when the RDA are going back to Earth? And like Jake's narration says, like the humans went back to their dying planet, or no, the aliens went back to their dying planet. And the original cut of the film, they just walk, and there's a bit where it focuses on Parker Selfridge, and he kind of looks up at Jake, and Jake just kind of goes like this, and like nods his head, like keep walking, and Parker just keeps walking. But in the re-release, and this specific re-release, they changed it, and at that moment, Parker actually walks up to Jake and says, "You know this isn't over, right?" And then Jake goes and sends him to keep walking. And I remember I came home from the cinema and I was like, because I went to see it with my mum, because she's like the only person I know that actually likes Avatar. And I was like, that scene isn't in the original movie. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I know I sound like a mad woman, but I'm telling you, that line's not there. I'm like, I know this film off by heart. That line isn't in the original cut. So I went online and I got the end of the film off YouTube. And I showed it to her. I was like, look, the line isn't there. So they must have recut it and put in Parker saying, like, this isn't over, to like hype you up for the new one, to be like, something's going to kick off in the next one, like this story isn't finished yet. So I thought that was super interesting that they've done that in the re-release to like kind of be like, this story isn't concluded. There's, we're not, this isn't over yet, The RDA, Parker, Kurtich, apparently, there's more to come. So I'm super intrigued as to what that means for the sequel. What does it mean? What is going to happen in the sequel? But hopefully this trailer might shine some light on that. So let's see. Let's put the sound up so we can hear it. My face, I think, is in the road, so I am going to obviously make it big because my face is going to be blocking the whole ass screen. I probably should have made it smaller because my face is only so big because I'm playing Ace Attorney and there's space for it, but maybe I should reduce my face a bit. Hold on, maybe I can do that. Okay, that's a bit better. Right, let's go. Now that my face isn't blocking the whole trailer. I forget the CC on shot. Yeah, see, this was what we saw in the cinema. This stuff with them swimming. Oh, she's pregnant!
Dad, I know you think I'm crazy.
That's behind those big rocks.
But I feel her. I hear her heartbeat. She's so close.
So what does her heartbeat sound like?
Mighty.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that music gets me every time. Now, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Right, where is it? No, shut up, Jake.
Strong.
Nah, that's too far forward. Where is it?
I need you.
I could be wrong, but that looks like Grace. It really does look like Grace. Like her avatar. Okay, okay, okay. There was a lot to take in there. There was a lot to take in. So, we've got Jake's daughter here can hear someone's heartbeat. I don't know who she's referring to. I don't know if she means like Awa, or maybe she's talking about Grace and how Grace is with Awa in the Tree of Souls. Maybe that's how Grace comes back. We've got the Tree of Souls here. Now the Tree of Souls was, or was it? No, it wasn't. Was it? I can always get confused because there's the Tree of Souls and there's the Tree of Voices, and they're two different things. And the Tree of Voices got destroyed. But no, they saved the Tree of Souls, because that's where they take Jake at the end of the film to move into his avatar body. So the Tree of Souls is still there, so that's what that is. We've got some icans here. I love these wispy things. They look so cool.
She's so close.
Nasiri is so gorgeous, man. She's so pretty. I remember when I went to see it in the cinema, it was so funny because it's like I can honestly quote this movie, like the first movie, back to front. And when it got to the bit when Neytiri first appears, and I was just like saying the words in my head along with her, and she's like, "You're like a baby, making noise, don't know what to do. You have a strong heart." But was it? But oh, what is the line? It's like, it's not stupid. Ignorant like a child. She's so cool. Freaking love Neytiri. Jake looks awesome. Look at his hair. And she's connecting to the Tree of Souls here. Got some more Ekrans flying about. Some big whale monster things. Yeah, so this is like the RDA. So I don't, and they've like blown up the forest again by the looks of it. So this, these are like the water tribe, which is just getting very, very close to Avatar The Last Airbender. I kind of thought that when they said it was going to be called Avatar The Way of Water. I'm like, that sounds like a Katara spin-off to Avatar The Last Airbender. But, so these Na'vi that are kind of more green, like the more kind of like teal colored ones as opposed to the blue ones, these are like a different tribe of the Na'vi who are like the water tribe. And we don't see a lot of the other tribes, but they are in the first film. Like, Jake goes around to try and rally the other tribes to come and help fight the RDA. And I can't remember if the water tribe is one of them, but like, they do visit a bunch of different tribes towards the end of the first movie to fight the RDA. And it's possible that this is what they're doing here again, that they're coming back like, hey, they're coming back to blow us up again. And this lot are like, hey, we helped you last time, how about fuck off? Like, we're not dealing with this shit again. But this girl here, I think this might be Jake's son. Because it says like his kids. So we've seen his daughter. I think this is his son, and he's like fallen for the water tribe girl. her. She's like a water tribe girl. And she's like, these two are like falling in love, but they're like from different tribes. And their parents are in some kind of spat over like the war. Um, so they've got some kind of Romeo and Juliet type thing going on here. And she's just said, I see you, which is like how they say I love you. And it doesn't just mean I see you, like I see you in front of me. It means I see into you. I see your soul. Um, so that's super important. The music is interesting because it's got slightly Lilo and Stitch vibes about it, or like Moana. Like I said before, like I am really, really upset that we don't have James Horner on the score for the sequel, obviously because he's no longer with us. His score is incredible, and it just the very big like when I was sitting in the cinema, you have to understand I haven't despite Avatar being like my favorite film or my second favorite film because my favorite film is The Prince of Egypt. Like I haven't watched it in years. I hadn't actually seen it for years, and when I went to see it in the cinema, I was like, God, it's been so long since I watched this. And like as soon as that first shot comes up and there's that wail where it goes like ah, and it like the camera pans over Pandora, like I just felt it in my soul. I was like, oh, here we go. And it's James Horner's music that just draws you in right from that first moment because the music is so fucking good. So I'm sure the music's still gonna be great in the sequel, but I mean I am there's definitely going to be something missing without that man because he's also, you know, he did the music for Titanic and that score is also incredible. The man was a fucking genius and I miss him so much.
The way of water connects all things.
So yeah, we see here that's a big ass RDA ship. Um
The way of water connects all things.
Big ass RDA ship, not sure what they're doing. But Parker said it wasn't over, so that's a shame as well though, because like I always felt Parker wasn't truly evil. I always felt Parker was someone who was sort of a host to his job. He was so fixated on trying to do his job and get results that he sort of forgot how to be a human being. And I always thought that maybe by the end of the film he'd learned his lesson, and that was sort of why, like, he just kind of kept walking when he walked past Jake was supposed to be like, I always interpreted that as being like a sign that Parker had kind of accepted that he'd fucked up, that was him kind of he was going back, he was going home quietly because he was like, yeah, I made a mistake here, like I royally fucked this up, this was not how I wanted this to go down. And he is the one person, like, you know, he does try, and he says to them, you know, you've got an hour to get them out of Home Tree, like he tries to give Jake and Grace the chance to get the Navi out. He doesn't really want all this bloodshed on his hands, but he's also very determined to get what he came, you know, to do what he came here to do. And when they can't get the Navi to leave, he just sees them as, you know, he's like, if you won't move, that's not my fault anymore. You know, we tried, and if you won't leave, then I have no option but to take down your home. But even he looks genuinely horrified when Home Tree falls. So I always thought that by the end that he had seen sense and that he was going to, like, he was remorseful for what he did. But putting that line back in where he says, like, you know, this isn't over, kind of implies that he didn't learn shit. And it does make me wonder. He's not in the cast list, or at least not the cast list in the description box. So I don't know if Parker's back for the sequel. I imagine he isn't, or he would be listed. But I do wonder. It does kind of make me feel a bit sad because I feel like it kind of ruined my headcanon that Parker was like not entirely a shitbag, but I don't know if he's the one that's went back to Earth and been like, hey, those fuckers sent us home. Get bigger ships and go back and blow them up again. I don't know. I just want Grace back, man. Look at them. I love those two so much. My OTP forever. That's the thing. I mean, they could just keep James's music and use it again, but okay. So that was Avatar: The Way of Water. I am so freaking hype. Like, I honestly didn't. Like I said before in my last video, I was not someone who actively wanted a sequel to Avatar. I thought it was fine. It was a story. It told the story it needed to tell, and it ended, and that was that. But now that you're presenting me with more Avatar, I'm fucking hype. I'm so excited because Avatar is just, I love it so much, and I don't care if I'm the only person that feels that way. I don't care if I'm the only one out here who ever gave a shit about this movie and who still does 13 years later. I am so excited to see what the sequel brings. And yeah, so it's out in December, and I'm sure I'll be back in December to tell you my thoughts. At some point, I am going to have to do a video where I show you all of my Avatar merch, because I have so much stuff. I own so much Avatar stuff. But yeah, until then, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. See you with more Ace Attorney, and see you for Bratz Flaunt Your Fashion when I get to it. Thanks. I don't have anything else to say. Okay, I'm not quite done because I decided to scroll down and look at the comments. And I completely didn't pick up on this. Sigourney's playing one of the teenagers? People are saying like Sigourney's acting range is incredible. The fact she's able to portray a teenage girl convincingly is so insane. It's so cool to hear Sigourney Weaver play a teenage character and that they used her young looks to make it. Who is she playing then? Is she which one is she? Who is she? I'm so confused. Who? Which one is Sigourney? How did I not pick up on that? I'm a fake fan. I'm a fucking fake fan.
Dad, I know you think I'm crazy.
Never mind those big rocks.
But I feel her. I hear her heartbeat. She's so close.
So what does her heartbeat sound like?
Mighty.
Is it her? Is it the daughter? Or is it the other chick? Where'd she go? Her.
All they see.
I see.
Nah, it ain't her, because that doesn't sound anything like Sigourney Weaver. It must be the daughter. So, do you think they put, like, Gracie's soul into their daughter? Did Awa, like, reincarnate Grace as their child? And I have no idea. I'm even more confused now. Well, guess we'll have to wait and find out. Sorry, once I realised that, I was like, I can't close this down because then someone's going to be like, Lauren, you idiot, how did you miss Sigourney being the daughter? And I'm going to be like, yo, what? But I did, I missed that completely. Yeah, well, that's something. Okay, anyway, right, thanks for joining me. I'm off now, bye.